it's all noise, right? After every halving, we tend to have this transition that I call from crypto spring to start of crypto summer. We usually get this sideways chop, and it's kind of normal. But this market is hilarious because everyone loses their minds and they're like, it's all over. It's the worst thing ever. Everyone gets chopped around, trading around in stupid shit they shouldn't be doing. And then just when everybody thinks it's never going to move again, it then explodes higher. So, I've been like you, just kind of wryly observing the psychology of this space. I mean, the psychology of this space is basically like an 11-year-old. We're also impatient. ETH only bottomed versus Bitcoin in summer of 2020. We're not even there yet, right? We're still in May. It really started outperforming September, October, and then 2021 was the banner year. So the first part, crypto spring, is always about Bitcoin outperformance plus the new shiny kid on the block, which is Solana. So the more people get bearish about it, the more they write it off, the more I get interested in it. I don't think it outperforms Solana, so it's not going to change my position because I'm pretty much all in Solana. But I do think that it probably does better than people imagine over the next 18 months.
In a move that no one saw coming, Ethereum has ripped higher this week, almost touching $4,000 per ETH. Why is Ethereum on fire? It's all because of the approval of a spot Ethereum ETF, which was not priced into the market. Top ETF analysts had odds at 25% before the SEC unexpectedly began working with ETF issuers to approve an ETF. Then we saw the approval. In hindsight, this wasn't all too unexpected, as BlackRock had filed for an Ethereum ETF, and when BlackRock wants something, they get their way. BlackRock's ETF approval record is now 577 approvals to only 1 denial. In a recent livestream, Real Vision CEO and founder Raoul Pal gave his updated Ethereum thesis and broke down why he believes the price action we have seen thus far is expected. In crypto spring, it's normal that Bitcoin outperforms. However, in the transition into crypto summer, or the banana zone as Raoul puts it, it's common to see Ethereum outperform. Raoul believes that we're going to see both Ethereum and Solana hit new all-time highs in the coming months. As to how high, just this week we saw $725 billion asset manager Bernstein release a research report predicting that we will see Ethereum follow the price action of Bitcoin. Following the Bitcoin ETF approval, we saw a pullback in Bitcoin's price, and then we saw new all-time highs 3 months later. With Ethereum dipping over 5% on the day of its spot ETF approval, things are already playing out in a similar way. Bernstein believes we will see Ethereum hit $6,600 per ETH in the coming months thanks to the ETFs. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video where I break down how Ethereum's supply dynamics are actually better than Bitcoin's. Also guys, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you enjoy finance content, consider subscribing or liking the video. It's free and you can always change your mind. Now here's Raoul on why Ethereum and Solana are about to outperform massively.
Imagine if we wind forward and before we know it, there's more financial assets going onto ETH because you don't get fired for using ETH, right? So let's say more financial assets, and they could be on a layer 2, but it still starts to accrue value because financial assets are rapid velocity and high volumes. That narrative can switch so fast because the meme coin narrative is just a bunch of us who live in crypto land as natives. But really the thing that will drive this space is new capital into the applications layer of what this technology does. That's kind of, but I don't see it yet. Like you're saying, it's like, why bother? I kind of agree right now. All I do know is once you get to network adoption with some real applications, it tends to stick. So, if you think of all of the other big layer ones that came out in the past, none of those go to all-time highs again because they never got the network activity really. So Solana's clearly proven product market fit. When we abstract away everything from the space, these are businesses that are commonly owned that sell block space. That's all they do. And Solana sells good block space for various use cases. ETH and Bitcoin the same. So does it become boomer or does it matter? I think we need to be careful not to impose how the space is today, which is generally still retail driven and narrative driven versus use case driven, which I think will develop over time, which is like who's actually building, if Disney are building their Web3 architecture on XYZ, it's going to make a difference. It's going to bring in millions more, tens of millions of wallets and tens of millions of dollars of new activity every day. We just don't know what that is yet, but it will shift around. I just look at the cross rates of the charts, like on the weekly chart basis, and just if something is breaking out versus ETH or Bitcoin, and it's got something going on, it's very interesting, and that tends to be persistent over a cycle. So I'm looking now at what is the next big trade, because the next big trade is the Solana of the previous cycle, and it's going to be whether it's Monad, whether it's SWI, whether it's Celestia, or what. I have no fucking clue. But what I'm doing is, on my trading view, is putting all these charts versus Solana, because I ain't going to switch any money unless I can prove that it's going to outperform Solana. Like I look at the WIF Solana chart, and WIF outperforms Solana, so I don't mind a bit of that, but it's higher risk. So that,
yeah,
I just put one versus the other on everything. And what it does is impose discipline. Yeah. It really stops you doing stupid shit, because it's like, I need to prove that this is going to outperform my current allocation. And it's not based on narrative. It's based on does the chart prove that it's working? The Fed will cut at some point, or at least the markets will start pricing it. Then we've got the election. We've already seen Biden talking about just, yet again, giving out money. We've got the Chinese talking about buying $40 billion of housing inventory. It's like, you can't ask for a better setup. You've got institutions who want to buy and liquidity coming into the system. And then you've got speculative fervor going on because of meme coins. It's like, that's a perfect supermassive black hole to suck everybody in. So it pisses me off, actually, because people say, oh, well, you just need to hike rates. The more you hike rates, the more you will create speculation. Why? Because everybody's fucked. And that is what's causing it. Is like, if you're not giving me the chance to get ahead, I'm going to speculate wildly. And so I think people misunderstand what drives risk-taking in this. I think, and same with tech stocks and options on tech stocks and what's just happened with GameStop. It's all the same thing. It's actually the opposite. It's like, things are so bad, I have no choice. Americans spend $110 billion a year on lottery tickets. And I tell you, the odds, and there's a 1 in 300 million chance of the $1 billion prize, and let's say a 1 in $20 million chance of $1 million prize. Your odds at the meme coin casino, much better. I leave the early stage stuff to others because it's hard, right? Because you really have to be, I just don't have the attention span to be able to deal with it. So then I just wait for something that feels like a breakout and, whiff, bonk. And you think, whatever level you get them at, $1 billion, can they go to 100 billion? Yeah, in a stupid market. 50 billion, 30 billion, I'll take a 30x. And I feel like I've de-risked it. Well, somebody else will make much bigger returns, but will take a lot more risk doing it. So I just feel like de-risking it's actually easier. Maybe it's less fun, for sure. But it's just, if I'm trying to make money, then I feel like de-risking it's the way. For me, price is everything in this space. And what it's saying is Solana is gaining trust versus Ethereum. So the centralization versus decentralization, that whatever it is, right, whatever your narrative is, price is actually reflecting it. So it's gaining trust. It's a much smaller market cap than ETH, so it doesn't have the full trust of ETH. And that kind of makes sense to me. Same with Bitcoin and ETH, if you just simplify it. Look, obviously I sit on the SUI Foundation, but coming at it from a independent observer, it's got great technology, it's got stuff, it hasn't got a full narrative yet. The price is not outperforming Solana yet. So it's as simple as that. You can listen to me all day and I can say, oh, it's the most amazing thing ever. It's going to be the new Solana. Show me the price action. I think that we will see this later on in the cycle. I think it'll be one of the chosen ones, like it was AVAX, Luna, Polygon, and Solana last time around. There's going to be 4 or 5 of these that'll all explode. My guess is probably in that pack. But let's see. Let price show us the way.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to listen to me or anything else. And nobody can accuse me of pumping my bags. If number go up versus Solana.
So there's Raoul Pal on why Ethereum and Solana are poised to outperform as we move into crypto summer or the banana zone. Bernstein predicts that the approval of the Ethereum ETFs will send each Ethereum to $6,600. Their reasoning behind the prediction is that Ethereum will follow the path of Bitcoin after its ETF approval. However, the supply dynamics of Ethereum are actually better. Ever since the Ethereum merge, which happened nearly 2 years ago now, Ethereum has been deflationary. Over time, there is less and less Ethereum supply available to buy. The approval of the Ethereum ETFs just unlocked a potential $20 trillion of institutional capital, a huge unlock in demand to a deflationary asset. We have never seen that before in history, so it's undoubtedly going to be massive. Before we go, a quick reminder for those who are keen on staying updated in the fast-paced world of crypto and Bitcoin, consider subscribing to our daily 5-minute crypto newsletter. It's a concise resource for the latest expert predictions, breaking news, and top on-chain analysis trusted by over 60,000 subscribers for insightful crypto investment information. Click the first link in the description to join our community and elevate your crypto investment knowledge today. Anyway guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video and that provided you with some value. I'll see you all in the next one, and as always, all the best.